Today we're going to talk about ThingLink. ThingLink is a free digital tool that provides users the ability to turn any image into an interactive graphic. Once completed, your ThingLink graphic can be embedded into a blog, a website, or added to an LMS like Google Classroom, Schoology, what have you. On your ThingLink graphic, you can embed links, video, text, sound files, documents, images, to name a few. And ThingLink is completely free. However, there are some other options. With a paid account, you can have colored bubble backgrounds, you have more choices for tag images, and you have the ability to add personalized tag icons. You can also replace the ThingLink logo. So let's make a ThingLink graphic. To start with, we're going to go to www.thinglink.com. which brings you to this account. Now, if you don't have an account, you can make an account. You can log in and be prompted to make an account, or if you already have an account, you can just go here. Since I already have an account, I'm going to log in. And this is my account. So you can see all of my ThingLink graphics in the center of my screen. Along the top, over here on the right-hand side, are my editing tools. Along the left side are my media and channel links. At the very top in the center is where you can find my media that I have authored. I can explore others' graphics, and I can create a new ThingLink graphic myself. So let's create a ThingLink graphic, and I think I'm going to do it around graduation. So I'm going to click on the Create button. And I need to upload an image. Here's the picture that I took at graduation this year. And it uploads the graphic. And there it is. So you need to start with a base graphic. It needs to work off of something. So in this case, again, I'm using this picture. So it says in the middle of my graphic, click to add a tag. A tag is what other people, your viewers, will click on for the interactive piece of ThingLink. So let's start tagging our graphic. So here are a bunch of the graduates. This is Parker Gorman right here, so maybe I want to tag him. So when I click on that, it puts this little tag icon on top of his graduation cap, and I can add either a link to something, I can add a text, I can change the layout. There are a number of options here that we'll look at. So I'm just going to write Parker Gorman, and you'll notice that it gets a little bubble above the tag and it has his name on it. Up here is the icon image. Now I have a premium account, so I have a lot more images than what comes standard. But if I click on this image icon, I can see that there are some images. So these are pretty much the typical images right here that you would see with a free account. So currently it's this, and red really is sticking out. Maybe I don't want it to stick out that much. Maybe I want it to be black and white, and it would give me a preview. So the white might call somebody's attention to that tag. Maybe I want it to be a little white with a black, or maybe I really want it to stand out. And so I choose something a little bit more noticeable. Let's use the yellow star because he's a graduate. He's a star. Now you can resize these to a certain degree, but not a whole lot. So maybe instead of on his cap, maybe I want to put it on his shoulder so we can still see his face. If I scroll down, there is the option to change the font. It doesn't change a whole lot, but it does change somewhat. So let's try, say, Open Sans doesn't change it a whole lot. Oswald changes it. But for the most part, it's going to stay relatively the same. So I'm just going to go back to ThingLink. I'm just going to keep it the way it was. Okay, so there's his name. So once I have all of these settings set, then I just need to change it. So I'm going to click on Save. And there's my first tag. So what does this look like from a user standpoint? If I click on Save Image, it will now appear for me the way it would appear to somebody else clicking on this. So this is very obvious that this is a tag. Notice when I'm not on top of the graphic, nothing shows up. When I mouse over the graphic, there's my tag. When I mouse over the tag, it simply says Parker Gorman. Notice that the hover icon is different. So right now it's a yellow circle with a white star. When I hover over it, it's a white circle with a yellow star. So there are options to have your hover image be different than just the actual image. I want to continue adding things to this, so I'm going to click on Edit. and it takes me back to where I was. Now, one of the things that I want to do is this is part of the band. If I put it in here on the band, it's going to get a little confusing. So I'm just going to put it right here. And I want to have the option for the viewers of this to hear pomp and circumstance. So I'm going to go out to SoundCloud where I've already searched for pomp and circumstance. If I close this, so I just did a search on pomp and circumstance and it brought this up. So I want to share this. I'm going to copy, Command C, copy the URL, the link URL, and I'm going to go back to my ThingLink graphic, and right in here, I'm going to paste, so Command V, I'm going to paste the pomp and circumstance link. You'll notice that it adopts the icon image that was used the last time we made a tag. And then this would be the pop-up that would show. Now you can change how you want this pop-up to appear. So I'm just going to click on each one just to show you there's a little bit of difference in layout. Notice though, with some of these, there is not the link to be able to play it right here, but I can go out to, in this case, SoundCloud if I want to. No image, or I can have a large image. So if I go back to the SoundCloud button up here, you'll notice that there is a play button here. So it will actually play in my ThingLink without having to leave the graphic. But I want to change this before I'm done with this. I want to change the icon image, and I want it to be this sound so that people know that they'll hear something when they click on this. And you'll see that automatically it changes. If you don't like what is written up here, you can change that right here. Again, I can change all of these if I want. I'm going to leave them the way they are for now, and I'm going to click on Save. So I have to click on Save. So one thing that I do need to do is I need to give my ThingLink graphic a title. And you'll notice right now, because the first tag we put in, we called Parker Gorman. So that's what it has titled it. So I'm going to call this BHS Graduation 2017. And I just click off of it and it will save it for me. Let's see. So one of the other things that I can do, I'm going to click here by the door, by the office. I'm going to click and I'm going to make this a link to Canner Camp, so to my Schoology account. Now, because it's going to be a link, I'm going to change my icon to, there is a mouse in here somewhere, there we go, to the mouse icon, and I want it to go to Canner Camp. So I've already gone out and copied the link within Schoology for Canner Camp. I'm going to come back here and I'm going to paste it in. And it gives me, again, a preview of what I want it to look like. So I can have a small image. I'm going to go back to custom. I'm just going to leave it like this. And I want to change the text here. So my message simply says, "Welcome campers to Canner Camp 2017. This is an opportunity for you to progress through some poolside PD at your leisure this summer. It's a chance to learn some tools or to get better acquainted with some tools and maybe get some ideas to integrate into your classes into the coming year." So I want to change up my text just a little bit formatting wise. So I'm going to highlight the first sentence, and I'm going to make it, instead of normal, let's make it large and see what that does. So it makes it a little bit bigger. Extra large really makes it kind of stick out. And then maybe I want to center this title like that. And I'm all right with the way this looks. Now I could change the layout if I wanted the text to appear first, but I think I like this one best. So I'm just going to click on Save. Now another thing I want to do is maybe include the video, the welcome video for Canner Camp. So I'm going to put that kind of over here where my classroom is. So I'm going to click here. I'm going to go copy the link and I'll be right back. So I'm going to paste in the link and it gives me kind of this preview of the Welcome to Canner Camp icon. I don't want it to be the mouse, which kind of indicates that we're going to be on the internet, but instead I want it to look like it's going to be a movie to play. So I'm just going to choose this yellow playhead since Canner colors are black and gold. And I think I want to make the background of my bubble to be kind of a gold color. So I can click in here and I can choose where along the spectrum I want to go, and maybe I want to be up in here. So you can see that it changes the background color of the speech bubble, of the text bubble. And that looks good to me, so I'm going to click on Save. Now, if anybody is visiting from outside of BHS, they may not know about where we are, what the high school is, so I'm going to add another tag for that. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the viewers to Biglerville High School's website. So let me go copy that link. So after copying that link, I'm going to paste it in here. And because I colored my bubble for the last tag, it's coloring it for this, and I'm okay with that. It gives a preview from what was on the school website, one of the graphics, and it gives my tag some text so that the viewers know where they're going. Now I'm going to add to this. So I'm just going to move this over a little bit so that I can see what I'm doing. So we're home of the Canners. I'm going to change this up a little bit, my text, and I'm going to make this, let's see what. So when I choose huge, it makes it bigger, but it's really not humongi. But maybe now I want to change the size of my supporting text down here. So home of the Canners, and we'll make this large. Just make it a little bit bigger. Again, I can change the layout, how I want it to appear, or I can leave it like this. One of the things that I do want to do is change the image for my tags icon. So right now it looks like it's going to be playing a video. So I'm going to change that. And with the paid account, you can upload your own personal buttons, which I have done down here. So here's a tag for Canner Camp, and here's the Canner Man himself. So I'm going to choose the Canner Man, and I'm going to click on Save. I'm going to put him over here so that he kind of shows up first and foremost. And I'm going to click on Save. Now, two other things that we can do is we can add in some social media tags. So maybe down here, I want to add in a tag for Facebook. So I'm going to copy and paste the high school Facebook link, the URL right in here. And again, it's kind of giving me some different options here. I don't want it to say security check. So I'm going to delete the security check text. If I go back to the Facebook, that looks much better. And I'm going to click on Save for that. I'm also going to add a link for the high school's Twitter page. So I'm going to click here. I need to change, again, this is not Facebook. I need to find Twitter and put the link in. And I'm just going to kind of position it right next to Facebook down on the graphic where it's not going to really be in the way. And I'm going to click on Save. So I now have 5 tags on my image. Oh, and the other thing with a premium account, when you have a free account, the ThingLink logo will always appear here. But with my paid account, I can put something else down here. So I click on the ThingLink and I can replace it with one of these. I'm just going to put my little face down here. Or instead of my little face, I could also put the Canner Camp icon. And it's not going to take anybody anywhere. It's just going to appear as this icon. So I'm going to click on Close. And now once I have everything the way I want it to look, I'm going to click on Save Image. And here's my interactive ThingLink. When I mouse off of the graphic, nothing shows. When I mouse over it, everything shows. My Canner Camp emblem down here does nothing. If I were to click on this, I get the pomp and circumstance information, and I can literally play it right here. And I can let that play as I watch the rest of, as I check out the rest of this if I want, or I can pause it. It will always be there. I can close this. If I mouse over the star down here, it will show me the Parker Gorman label. So we could have actually gone in and labeled each one of these students. If I come over here, it tells me about the Canner Camp. And if I click on this, it will take me right to Canner Camp. This icon here, again, is our playhead showing that it's a video. And when I click over that, here it says, Welcome to Canner Camp. And what's really neat about ThingLink is it will play, the video will play right within our current window. And then once it's done, I can close the video. So if I were to click on this, it would take me to, again, Biglerville's Twitter feed. So I click on it and it's going to open up in a new window, but there's our Twitter feed, and Facebook will do the same thing. Now, if I click on the cameraman up here, it will take me to the school's homepage. So I can click on this to read more if I want. Or maybe we want to go in and change this. Let's go change this real quick. So to edit a graphic that you've already saved, I just go up here to edit to the pencil and it reloads my graphic. And I click on the icon that I want to change up. And down here where it says button title, instead of read more, I want to choose the visit school website. I'm going to click off of this and it changes it right away. I can click on save again. I'm going to resave my image. And so now when I mouse over this, it says visit school website, which is much better, much clearer. If I am done with my graphic and I'm ready to share it out, I can click on share. So it will give me the link. I can embed it. I can put it on a social media site, or I can simply copy the link and paste it like into Google Classroom or into an email or what have you. If you're going to put it on your blog or a website, you're going to probably want the embed code. But that's how you share it out. I can post it to a channel, so like you can make a channel for each of your classes. The more buttons here will give you these options as well. When I'm done with this whole thing, I can click on this and it will take me back to my home screen. And that is a general introduction to ThingLink.